reporting a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. The earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy company. I think in terms of connecting, as long as the meaning is retained, it's still fine. Sony, I'm answering your question. So I have three options again, A, B, C. Pick out the option which, when used to start a sentence, combines both the above sentence is 1. Yeah, Surya, that's one of the reasons why we said C cannot be the right option. So let's look at this. So reporting a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales, the earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy Co. So the earnings, basically it says the earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn. What were the reasons? Because of the 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, in addition to weak sales, restructuring charges and weak sales. These are the two reasons. Right? Now, which one of the options, if I use to start the sentence, combines both the above sentence in 1? I cannot have any of these, starting and then continuing with reporting a 90%. Which means what they're trying to say is, when I use one of these options, am I still able to retain the meaning that it's giving? Right? So if I say, Best Buy company has reported a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, the reasons being, or whatever, right? The reason being, 1 is restructuring charges and weak sales, and the earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn. So we have to look at what can we feed in. Best Buy company is reporting a 90% drop in net income. Report of a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down. So let's look at it. I think the rule is pretty simple. I feel the rule is, looking at the option or the format, meaning has to be retained, and it seems like words can be changed. Otherwise, you won't be able to use the given options, if you look at this context at least. Yeah? So I think this is pretty much the rule. As long as the meaning is retained, when you combine the sentences, you can shift words here and there, which is still fine. See, what can we quickly eliminate? Some sort of a confusion does kind of exist, but let's make the most of what we understand from the context. So this is referring to second quarter, a past event. So everything else that has happened also again has happened in the past, right? Yeah, so it seems I'm leaning towards C again, right? So Best Buy company has reported a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. The earnings guidance for the year also seems to be withdrawn by Best Buy company. So B, probably because of the continuous tense here, we can kind of eliminate it. Do we have an option? Let's look at A again. Report of a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. So this doesn't sit right when you connect both connect the entire sentence. Report of a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. The earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy company. See, in terms of connecting, I'm going to write down because that will help us. So let's quickly write it down. Report of a 90%, I'm just going to add dimensions here. So report of a 90% drop in net income, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. The earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy company. 1. Best Buy company has reported a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. For C, the latter part of it doesn't seem to work for me. right? It's just not sitting right. See, if I use A, report of a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales, the earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy company, seems to be the right fit in terms of sequence. But if I use C, it says Best Buy company has reported a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. It ends here. This part, the earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy company, doesn't make sense to connect with C. That's my problem with C. Right? It's too repetitive. Best Buy company, again you saying the earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy company. So, I'm going to go with only A. Report of a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. The earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy company. Makes sense. We're talking about sentence construction here, right? Just think about it. Go back, read option C and read this last part. It'll look very confusing. As in, it doesn't sit right at all. So, I'm going to go with A simply because when I say it, it sounds right, one, and the construction of the sentence also seems absolutely fine. So why did the earnings guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy company? Because of that 90% drop in net income report, adding to the restructuring charges and weak sales. That makes sense. This is combining sentences, Umesh. Combining sentences. See, it says phrase connector. So any one of these options, if I use to connect these sentences, the meaning has to be retained. The meaning is not retained for me in C. Actually, what they want you to do is they want you to look at this as two parts. Reporting a 90% drop in net income during the second quarter, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. That's one part. The earning guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy company. That's second part. Just pay attention to the commas. See, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. This whole part is just additional information. The main thing is the earning guidance for the year was withdrawn by Best Buy company. How did that happen? Two reasons. 90% drop in net income during second quarter. Additional reason, dragged down by restructuring charges and weak sales. That's it. Yeah, let's move on. So I think we need to do more of these, just to have an idea, just to understand. But like I said, the rules remain the same. The rules are meaning has to be retained, words can be changed, and then I think we need to look at sentence construction, the formation of the sentence. Does it sound right? Does it